What is going on today, guys? Music TMZ here, and welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music and music production news. Definitely a drought of music production news lately, but thankfully there is music news to focus on lately. Make sure to follow my Instagram if you haven't. I'm pretty close to 3,000 followers. I'd appreciate it if you gave me a follow there. Recently, the Young Thug trial has been underway, and for anyone who is not able to utilize context clues or has been in a coma lately, he is a rapper. Him and his label are facing RICO charges. A RICO charge is when you're being accused of participating in a criminal enterprise through a pattern of racketeering or conspiring to do so. Something like that. And it has been an absolute show in court. Let's look at some of the highlights from it. Honestly, you would think this is a script from South Park or the Boondocks. Just a warning here, the audio is insanely distorted. I didn't do this, they did this.
Regardless, is less than 1% of this whole indictment. This reminds me of this anime named Bleach.
Excuse me, what was that?
This reminds me of this anime named Bleach.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I misheard you.
And they have season 4 and 5. They have these bouts. They're villains of the whole thing in season 4 and season 5. The main characters are trying to get them out of soul society.
I'm glad you're explaining this. I'm sure the jury needs to know about this. I want to know what is going through his lawyer's head to reference Bleach. Why specifically Bleach? Why the Bount arc? Why did you think this was a good idea? Did your client put you up to this, ma'am? Did he put you up to this? For those of you that don't know, Bleach is an anime with a bunch of episodes, and the Bount arc, the series of 2 filler seasons where they randomly just bring vampires into it, and they don't bring it up before that, and they basically never bring it up again after that. Just to clarify, this is not Young Thug's lawyer. This is the lawyer of one of the other people being indicted.
You go to season 6, you don't hear about the bounts. You go to season 7, you don't hear about the bounts. Why don't you hear about these important characters? Because they're filler characters. It's a filler season. Me and Darius, we're fillers. We're not integral to the story. They just drag him out of prison to jail to make this bigger than it has to be. We're basically distractions.
There had to be better ways of illustrating this point without bringing up Bleach.
Because this is not justice, this is a circus. Thank you.
Yeah, this was definitely not a circus until you brought up Bleach in this court case. I'm wondering what these jurors look like. Did they pick them all out from an anime convention? Because this would actually make some sense then. Now here's what I believe to be Young Thug's lawyer explaining what pushing P means.
And the indictment that the prosecution had the grand jury return says he's holding up a blood sign, and that furthers this conspiracy. The blood sign's like this, it looks like a B. That is a P. And what you'll learn is that Jeffrey just released with Sergio Kitchens, performer known as Gunna, a song that is wildly popular. It's called Pushing P. And it's positivity. It means any circumstance you're in, if you think positively about something, you can make it through. You're pushing positivity.
Apparently it means pushing positivity. Actually, we have a clip here of Gunna saying what pushing P means.
You gotta push P, so this is pushing P like when your backyard and in the inside and outside. That's P. You know what I'm saying? You push a P. You go to renting these things, you kicking P. When you go to owning and cashing out and spending your hard earns, you pushing P. Like you pushing it like P just don't mean player like. P almost mean P paper too. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be pushing this P with paper.
Honestly, I'm more confused now than I was before this. They may have a clip here of the lawyer explaining what the thug stands for in Young Thug. It's not what you think it is.
Himself and as many others out of this endless cycle of hopelessness, he would be truly humble under God. That's what thug means.
So I have a few theories here. One is that somehow their clients put them up to this, or I think these are government plants in order to make sure they go to prison. Either way, it is not looking good here. In our next story here, we have another synth plugin that absolutely no one needs. In my opinion, they should really start making an application process in order to make a plugin, because we need to put a stop to this. There are way too many useless plugins being put out on the market. Maybe we could have a council of music producers that can like approve or deny each application. Anyways, it is named RetroSynth, and there are 2 versions. One that costs €7.99, pretty cheap while it's on sale. normal price 28 euros, and another one that is free but is severely limited. So on the plus side, it is cheap while it's on sale. When it's not on sale though, it seems like a lot for what you're getting, but on the other side, why? Retro Synth, as the name implies, is supposed to be retro. It has 87 presets. It states that they are all designed from vintage synthesizers and further manipulated with effects for a unique retro modern interpretation. And honestly, I think you should just save your money and find something for a decent sampler. There are plenty of great free romplers out there. Someone on my Discord shared Asimov. Shout out to Cancel. It really depends what you are looking for. Vital is free, sound fonts are free, but those are a little bit different, obviously. That's just my opinion though. In our next story, we're going to be talking about the time-old discussion of pre-recorded DJ sets. Are they good? Are they bad? It's bad. It's bad. Okay, so we have James Hype talking about this here. We actually have a clip from him, but I'm going to read a few quotes before getting into that. Never once have I been asked to give the festival a pre-recorded set. Pre-recorded DJ sets are the artist's choice and not something festivals ask for. It probably originally started with people seeing people playing pre-recorded sets at festivals, you know, them twiddling the knobs and nothing happening, or them being too busy dancing or throwing cake in order to actually control the set. So obviously this is kind of ramped up a bit more lately because there was a clip a little while back where deadmau5 was talking about pretty much all festival sets are pre-recorded to make sure that people play within the time allotted slot and because people don't want to mess up their chance.
Most major festivals, you have to play a pre-recorded set. Like EDC, I would be surprised.
No, I'd seen this deadmau5 video before when it first went online, and I actually left a comment saying, no, this is not true. This is not true. I've never been asked to play a pre-recorded set. And I thought nothing more of it. And then when I saw this Reddit post, I was like, shit, people actually believe that you have to play a pre-recorded set at a festival?
So in my opinion, it seems like people are taking what deadmau5 said a little too literally. It also seems like he may have overstated it a bit. One thing he said is you have to play a pre-recorded set, and I don't think he particularly meant that the festivals force you to. I think he probably meant due to time constraints to make sure you don't go over into other people's sets and to make sure your set ends off on the right note. In this video, James goes on to talk about how it has been said that DJs will play pre-recorded sets to make sure their set will sync up with the lighting and fireworks, and that this is also not true because there is software to do it live, and he has worked with someone using it before in the past. So there we go. I guess it's been debunked. In our next story, I want to mention one thing to watch out for, and I kind of wish I mentioned it sooner, but somehow I was sleeping, I guess. I was in the whole Thanksgiving post-food coma. Watch out for scams. Cyber Monday, Black Friday, whatever, Cyber Monday week, whatever. Anyways, someone in my Discord pointed this out. Make sure to join it if you haven't. This plugin company here, Audio Shoals, is actually running what appears to be an illegal sale, at least in America and the UK and probably some other countries as well. Although they don't make it super clear what is happening either. It says Cyber Week at the top, then it has a timer that is a little over 20 minutes and it constantly resets, meaning that the sale actually never ends. Okay, let's check out this Cyber Week countdown here. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. It's running out. Time is running out. Oh my God, we are going to lose out on that sale. Holy sh**. Oh, okay, never mind. It just restarts. Actually, you have more time once it restarts. I guess my point here is let's point and laugh at them. My real point is to beware of these phony sales with illegal countdowns. Now, it's not that a countdown is illegal, but when it is a fake countdown, it is not legal because it's trying to play on your fear of missing out. And there's tons of bullshit happening like this when it comes to sales in the music production sphere. Recently, there was actually several clips running around of Target running fake sales, so it's actually happening in a lot of places. I guess if anything, beware of it next year, or just beware of it in general because this is happening all the time. TLDR, they are vampires and they want to suck on your money. In our next story, we have an incredibly non-suspicious quote here from Fat Joe. They call me Joey Crack because the crack in my ass shows whenever I stand up. Girls in my hood gave me the name. It was never because of the drug crack. God is great. Right. God is great. I don't sell crack. You hear that? No RICO charge here. Guessing the cops are looking at Joe too, huh? Andre 3000's I Swear I Really Wanted to Make a Rap Album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time, has taken the title from Tool with the longest song length to ever chart on the Billboard Top 100. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the longest song title either. That's it for this episode of WNN. If you press the like button, you will be pushing P. Make sure you subscribe. 50K, shave eyebrows. Bye.
The Bang Incorporated.